Hey, what's up guys, I'm back with another video. It's time to do a speed test comparison between the OPPO Reno 14 5G versus the Samsung Galaxy A56 5G. So the Samsung A56 is powered by Samsung Exynos 1580 SoC. Also we have 8GB of RAM on the Samsung, while on the OPPO we have a new MediaTek Dimensity 8350 SoC. Also we have 12GB of RAM on the OPPO Reno 14 5G. So on the back we have a glass on both phones. Also we have triple cameras on the back. So very interesting to see how both phones is gonna perform. Let's start off with the boot up test as always. Logos came up slightly faster on the Samsung, and both phones is running on latest Android 15. On the OPPO we have ColorOS version 15, while on the Samsung we have Samsung One UI version. So the Samsung A56 it is much faster, while OPPO it is also right behind there. We only have 1.5 second difference between these devices when it comes to booting up. And guys, now let's talk about display. On the OPPO we have 6.5 inch 1.5K AMOLED, which can produce up to 1 billion colors. Also we have 120Hz refresh rate with the center punch hole overall, and the bottom chin, even the bezels, it is really small on the OPPO Reno 14 5G. Samsung A56 has a 6.7 inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. Also we have a center punch hole, and the bottom chin it is also much bigger on the Samsung. So guys, everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. As always, let's opening up the phone dialer, basic stuff. That is looks really fast on both phones. Animation it is also feels really smooth as well. So next on the list is the settings. That is slightly quick. I think on the Samsung it is almost a draw. Let's go to the display and let me show the refresh rate option. Samsung has a adaptive 120Hz refresh rate, no manual mode, while on the OPPO we also have auto mode. I prefer high 120Hz mode on the OPPO. So now check out some more apps like Amazon Shopping on both phones. Open up at the same time. Slightly quick I think on the A56 5G. Scrolling it is feels really smooth on both phones. 120Hz it is working. Laptops tab, slightly quick this time on the OPPO, but at the end really similar performance we have. So now check out some games application, and this way we should see a big difference obviously, hopefully, between the Dimensity 8350 versus Exynos 1580. So now let's opening up the Candy Crush Saga. The Candy Crush it is slightly faster on the Samsung A56 5G. Instagram faster on the Samsung. Let's see Pinout. Pinout it is looks slightly quick once again on the A56 5G. Snapchat slightly quick on the Samsung. Spotify, that one faster on the OPPO. Now let's see Subway Surfer, another game. Dimensity 8350 SoC, Exynos 1580 on the right hand side, so faster on the Samsung. Really impressed by the performance of the A56 5G. So let me show the speakers. Here is how OPPO looks like with max volume. And here is the Samsung looks like. And the speakers I would say it is slightly more louder on the OPPO. Also has little bit more bass as compared to the Samsung speakers. Now let's opening up the Temper N2. And Temper N2 it is slightly faster on the A56 5G. Exynos 1580 is showing its speed, but difference between these two devices it is not that much big. Now let's opening up the PUBG Mobile, last game we have in this speed test. And the processors on both phones it is really powerful, but Samsung takes the lead. If you can see, Samsung it is done, while OPPO is taking a lot of time. I don't know why. Dimensity 8350 SoC it is not that much optimized right now I think. Now let's open up X. Slightly quick on the Samsung. Z. Exactly the same. So let's see the scrolling. It is really smooth on both phones. No issue whatsoever. So last I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application, and also regarding the heating wise, and the OPPO it feels slightly warmer as compared to the Samsung, but it is not like a overheating issue. So let's look at the camera. Faster on the Samsung, and let me show the cameras right here, how the colors and everything looks like in this lighting condition. So the cameras, it is actually sharper on the OPPO. Also I like the colors more on the OPPO as well. So let's look at the front facing camera. So here is the front facing camera looks like, and the front facing camera it is massively better on the OPPO Reno 14 5G. Now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am using Samsung internet browser on the Samsung A56 5G, while on the OPPO we have Chrome as always. So wikipedia.org, slightly faster on the Samsung. Scrolling it is really smooth. Same thing zooming out. So now let's open this English tab. Faster once again on the Samsung as well. Now let's open another website, apple.com. Let's see the result. So faster as well on the Samsung. Scrolling it is absolutely smooth we have. So now let's see the RAM measurement. Interesting part of this video. Samsung has a 8 GB of RAM, while OPPO has a 12 GB of RAM. So phone dialer, that seems like good. Settings still there. Amazon shopping, and Amazon shopping is cart refresh. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, also cart refresh on the OPPO. Instagram, that is still there. Let's see pin out, still there. Snapchat, same result. Spotify, Subway Surfer, that is still there. I mean refresh on the OPPO. Temper 2, that is still there. PUBG, still there. Open up X, Edge on both phones, still there. Last back to the internet browser, that is also still there as well. So guys, over up to say regarding the apps opening speed, definitely Samsung A56 is showing its speed against the OPPO Reno 14 5G. Not only in system-based applications, even in games, in PUBG, we even see a 3 or 4 second difference. I think we have some optimization issue, but overall Samsung is beating out the OPPO in terms of the speed wise. So in terms of the RAM wise, RAM management it is excellent on the Samsung, while on the OPPO we have a lot of refresh. Also we have 5000 mAh battery size with the 45 watt super fast charging support on the Samsung, but no charger in the box, while OPPO has a 6000 mAh battery size with 80 watt super fast charging. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the OPPO Reno 14 5G versus the Samsung Galaxy A56 5G. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.